Welcome to the Kindred Sewls YouTube channel. Today we are going to make the front panel of View A of the Charlie sling bag. Please check out the video description for more information on this sewing pattern. If you are using a magnetic snap closure, you're going to start by installing one half of the snap to the lining flap piece. If you're using a heavy-duty snap closure, you're going to go ahead and skip to the next step. So, as you can see, I fused a square of interfacing to the back of my flap piece just to give it a little extra reinforcement. And I'm going to take this piece, put it over my snap marking. I'm just going to mark a line here and here. And then I'm going to snip into the fabric. If you're using a lightweight fabric, lots of times you can get away with just using your seam ripper. However, if your fabric was heavier, you'd want to use sharp scissors. So I'm going to take my snap, put it through the slits. I like to add a square of canvas, interfacing, fleece. In this case, I have a little scrap of foam stabilizer I'm going to put here. I'm going to take my washer, I think it's called, and put it on top. And I'm going to bend back the prongs. I'm using pliers. These appear to be the oldest pliers in the world, and I'm not sure where they came from, but they do the trick. Take your flap pieces and place them right sides together, then pin along the sides and the bottom. You're going to want to take it over to your machine and sew a 3/8 inch seam just along the sides and the bottom. Notch into the curved corners. And then turn it right side out and roll the seams out and press it flat. After you give it a good press, top stitch along the sides and the bottom. Next, you're going to install the other half of the magnetic snap to your exterior front pocket piece. Of course, if you're using a heavy-duty snap, you're going to install that at a different time. And I'm just doing exactly what I did before for the flap. Since I already have interfacing on this piece, I didn't do the little square, but I am going to still add this square of foam. This next step is optional. If you have some sort of erasable fabric marker, that's the only kind you should use. I personally really like this Pilot friction erasable pen. It's awesome. You just use your iron, the heat makes it disappear, and I've never had a problem with it. So if you want to mark your fold lines, you would take your ruler and align the notches and then draw a line here, and you do the same thing for basically here, here, and here, here. The two outside, so you'd have 4 lines total. I'm going to skip that, and I'll show you how I fold it later. Take your pocket pieces and place them right side together. And pin them along the top edge. Next, sew a 1/2 inch seam right across the top. Fold the pocket back so the wrong sides are together. Press along this top edge. And then top stitch. If you drew in your fold lines, you're going to fold the pocket back along the second line from the outside, from each side. So this is my first notch, this is the second. I would fold along the second line and fold it back. I did not mark my fabric, so instead I'm just going to fold it right where the second notch is. And then I'm going to make sure that this top edge is aligned. So then you're going to press a crease here and then top stitch right along this edge. So after you do the other side, this is what your pocket piece is going to look like. We're now going to take this folded edge and bring it over to your outside line. So of course, in this case, I did not draw a line. I'm just going to reference this first outside notch. So I'm going to bring my pocket over like this. I'm just going to clip it here. And I'm going to take it over to my iron and press it flat. Place your front panel in front of you with the right side up, and then place your pocket on top. Align the side notches and the center notch. Pin or clip it in place all around the edge. And then baste it in place along the sides and bottom. So next, take your ruler and measure up 7/8 of an inch above the top edge of your pocket and draw a line. As long as this line is not wider than the width of your flap, you won't have to worry about erasing it later. Next, take your flap, place it exterior side down, aligning this raw edge with the line you drew. Make sure it's centered between the sides. Pin it in place along this edge and then sew a 1/4 inch seam. Fold the flap down and press it along this top edge, and then you're going to sew a 3/8 inch seam right here. I like to take my handy erasable marker here and just draw the line in. And then just sew right along the line. So that's it. This is what the front of your bag will look like. As you can see, I used my iron on the line that I drew and it's completely disappeared.